Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the XL Center. Tonight, we celebrate 50 years of hockey in Hartford, 50 years of this building, and 50 years with you, our fans. Not only will we celebrate the history of hockey in this great city, but we'll show you what's to come for this venue.
Yo, what's happening? You're at Taco Bell? Right at the I got you.
Before we start tonight's festivities, we'd like to take a moment to remember former Hartford Whalers head coach Larry Kish, who recently passed away. Please join us in a moment of silence to remember Larry Kish. Thank you. And now, please direct your attention to the video board for a special presentation for 50 years of hockey in Hartford.
In 1975, hockey found a home in Hartford. The New England Whalers took to the ice for the first time on January 11, 1975. It became a passion in a city that would last for decades. 4 years later, the WHA merged with the NHL, and the New England Whalers became known as the Hartford Whalers. The logo, created by Peter Good, is known as the best logo in sports history. Its symmetrical letter form and Wales tail work together to form a negative space that reveals the letter H that symbolizes the community the logo represents. For 18 unforgettable years, the Hartford Whalers brought thrilling moments to the city. From their playoff win in 1986 to their Adams Division Championship in 1987. Legendary players that are here with us today, along with names such as Francis, Delaney, Samuelson, Verbeek, Vernon, Wesley, hockey's first band in the house, brought friends and families together, inspired generations, and made the Civic Center roar with pride and passion. By 1997, the Whalers said goodbye, leaving a void in the city's heart. That same year, Hartford's hockey legacy found new life in the form of a pack, bringing professional hockey back to the city and keeping the tradition alive in the very building where it began. The Wolfpack found success early. In the year 2000, just 3 years after moving to Hartford, they finished first in the AHL. They ran through the playoffs, pulling off an improbable comeback against the defending champs, the Providence Bruins. They would go on to defeat the Rochester Americans to win their first Calder Cup. The Wolfpack had some legendary names of their own. Jason Baldwin had 13 shutouts, still an AHL record, earning the AHL MVP and Baz Bastion Trophy winners. Ken Jermaine, DJ Scott, Andrew Hutchinson, Derek Armstrong, and Ryan Callahan, along with the Wolfpack alumni here tonight, all left their mark on the ice and in the community. The first era of the Wolfpack came to an end in 2010 as they were rebranded to the Connecticut Whale. The Whale took part in the AHL's second outdoor game, the Whale Bowl, facing the Providence Bruins at Hartford Field. In 2013, MSG and Global Spectrum came together to revive the Wolfpack identity. Since then, the Wolfpack have been a pivotal source of development for the Rangers, as players like Igor Shishkin, Chris Kreider, Phil Peter, Ryan Leahy, Brandon Schneider, Johnny Bozinski, and Will Hughes made their way from Hartford to New York. The Wolfpack have been more than a team. They've been a rallying point for Hartford. From their first game to their unforgettable playoff run in 2023, they've written their own chapter in this city's strong hockey history. The past is our foundation, and this building has been the stage for every victory, every Hartford, and every win. Today, we celebrate 50 years of hockey in Hartford.
direct your attention to the ice. Hosting tonight's ceremony, he was the Whalers radio play-by-play announcer from 1979 until their last game in Hartford. He was named the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award winner in 2004. Please welcome back to Hartford, Chucky Pinckney.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. It is an esteemed pleasure to see everybody here again. Some of you who may remember me, some of you who might not, because tonsorially I've lost a little bit, but I haven't lost my zeal for the city of Hartford and hockey in Hartford that we have had for 15 years, starting on this date in 1975. There have been so many wonderful memories, and I know many of you have shared, and I will tell you that this is a lot better than April 13th, 1997, I can tell you that, right? And many of you may have been there that night. Well, we're going to welcome a wonderful group of people, players, executives, and family members who are able to join us here tonight. And we're also going to thank the players who unfortunately couldn't be here for one reason or another for everything they've done for hockey in Hartford. So, without further ado, let me introduce our first guest. This man was the winning goaltender for the first Whaler home game, which happened to come against the San Diego Mariners in Hartford. He played 5 seasons for the WHA Whalers and 1 season with the NHL Whalers. He played in 151 games. He was named the top goaltender in the World Hockey Association in 1978. And here tonight, representing Whalers' longtime goaltender Al Smith, please welcome his wife Karen, his brother Bill, and daughter Margaret Smith. Well, many of you will remember and revere our next player, and all you really need to do is look, you'll see the number 2. He spent 6 years as the Whalers captain. He was one of 4 players in Hartford Whaler history to have his jersey never retire. And he was also inducted into the Whalers Hall of Fame back in 1989. He played in 559 games as a Whaler, and he also spent time behind the bench as an assistant and a head coach. Former captain Rick Lee is unfortunately unable to be here tonight. But representing him, please welcome his daughter, Haley. Now our next guest is a member of the first family of hockey, and I think you know who I'm talking about. He had a brother and a father who played with him here. They made history on May 23rd, 1977. He was a defenseman who played a couple of seasons in the WHA, 5 years with the Whalers organization, totaling 260 games, and he still calls the area, Glastonbury in specific, his home. Please welcome from the first family of hockey, Marty Hine. Distinguished guest is the WHA's all-time leading scorer with 798 points. He played for the New England Whalers in the WHA's final season and the first year in Hartford here in the NHL. He'd go on to become a color commentator, keeping me straight on WTIC AM 1080. And he was also nicknamed the Magician. Please welcome Andre Lacroix. Our next guest played for the Whalers from 1980 to 82. He had a hustle and a hard-hitting style that made him a fan favorite right off the bat when he came here from Philadelphia. He won the Whalers Fan Favorite Award in 1981, so please welcome back Norm Barnes. Now, whether you played your whole career with the Whalers or were in Hartford for a brief time, you're part of the Hartford hockey family, and certainly this gentleman fits that bill. He made his NHL debut with the Whalers after a wonderful NCAA career in the spring of 1982. Please welcome Dan Pridgen.
Hi, child.
Next, this Massachusetts native also made his NHL debut with the Whalers. He played parts of 2 seasons in Hartford, and like Andre Lacroix, he worked with me on radio bringing you hockey, and he still calls this area home. Please welcome Jerry McDonald. This next guy collected a career-high 36 goals, 61 points in his first year here in Hartford. He played a total of 3 seasons with the Whalers from 1983 to 86. He was big into the Hartford community. He helped start Winterfest Ice Rink at Bushel Park, and was among the 3 former St. Louis Blues players that Abel Francis, you'll recall, picked up in the waiver draft to rebuild the Whalers. Please welcome Bobby Coffin. Our next guest has worn many hats, or shall we say helmets, here in the National Hockey League. And when you played against him, you better have your helmet strapped tightly. He was an all-star forward. He played for the Philadelphia Flyers, most notably, and had a playing career, and then became the head coach of the Whalers in 1992. He also served as general manager in the 93-94 season. He was inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame and the Flyers Hall of Fame in 2021. And he continues to serve as a senior advisor for the Flyers. So please welcome Paul Holmgren. Next, with no pun intended, our next guest made his mark with the Whalers after joining the team in 1992. He played over 300 games with the Whalers. He was a key player during the final years of the Whalers here in Hartford, and his time with the team is still remembered fondly by many of you fans because he's just got that kind of magnetism. And although he was traded just weeks before our final game here in 1997, his contributions to the Whalers will never be forgotten. Please welcome Mark Manton. Now we fast forward to the present and the wonderful Wolfpack. Because when you think of the Hartford Wolfpack, this is the first guy that most of you would say comes to mind. This guy is the only one in Wolfpack history to both captain and coach the team. He was a 2-time All-Star as a player who helped guide the Wolfpack to the 2000 Calder Cup. He played a franchise record 599 games, and is second in franchise history in goals with 160, assists with 187, and of course points, he had those up to 347. After 2 seasons as an assistant coach, he took over as head coach in 2007 and remained coach for 10 seasons. He was inducted into the American Hockey League Hall of Fame in 2013. Please welcome captain and coach, Ken Fernandez. Our next Wolfpack captain played over 460 games in the American Hockey League, including a couple of seasons between 2019 and 2021 here. He was a true leader. He was part of the leadership group with 3 different AHL teams as a testimony to his leadership. He wore the C for the Wolfpack during the 2021 season. Please welcome Vince Lombardi. And our last guest, ladies and gentlemen, is really the reason that we are here honoring 50 years of hockey in Hartford. This man founded the Whalers, brought them to Hartford on that January 11th day to play their first game in 1975. He helped orchestrate the merger of the WHA and the NHL. Of course, you remember in 1986, you may have been here for the 86 All-Star Game, which he was responsible for bringing him to Hartford. And he was inducted into the Players Hall of Fame in its inaugural class of 1989. Join me in giving a warm welcome to Howard Baldwin.
50 years seems like a very short period of time. And of course, I look the same as I did 50 years ago, don't I? I can tell you 50 years ago, Chuck, when I stood here, the master of ceremonies was a guy named Bill Rasmussen. And in case anybody forgets, Bill Rasmussen went on and discovered ESPN. So you've got something to live up to. I want to thank Eric and Ben from the XL Center and the Wolfpack for being a part of setting this event up. It was very beautifully done. We really appreciate it. You guys did a great job. You've given us a lot of fun, and we're very proud to be here with you guys. I also want to thank the original corporate partners, 16 corporations that bought the team here, stood behind the team, and made it the iconic team it is today. And the players here, and the executives, whether you played one game or worked 1 hour, you're part of the wheel of history. And we love you just as much, whether one game or 1 hour. But most importantly, I want to thank you people, the fans. Everybody asks me what makes Hartford Whalers so special. And it's you people that are sitting in the stands. You They supported us in the early 80s when we suffered on the ice. I think once I was even hung in effigy, and I think I kind of deserved it. But you really were extraordinary from game one right on through. And you deserve to have a team. You've got a great team in the Wolfpack. Keep fighting hard, keep believing, and who knows what will happen in the future. God bless you all, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, Howard. And I think all of us are so indebted to him and his group that brought this team here 50 years ago. Let's hear it for Howard Baldwin. Now, let's direct your attention to the rectors as we now unveil a special banner marking this historic evening. It's time to meet the current team of Hartford hockey.
50 years ago today, the Hartford Civic Center opened its doors, becoming the heartbeat of a city, home of legends, and the stage for unforgettable moments.
Their first ever Hartford championship.
future. With every season, every cheer, and every goal, the pack is growing. Because this isn't just about where we've been. It's about where we're going.